Right, hi you guys, it's Natalie here, Not United TV. Um, if you've seen me, if you follow me on my Instagram and my social media, my Twitter, you see that I've been a lioness, and I'm still a lioness, but I'm talking about my bread and butter here now. I want to talk about the thing that's made me start following the lionesses, and I wish them well. I hope I'm out for the final. Alex and Abby backing you, but as well Jackie too. Um, but it's the girls, the bread and butter, Man United. And obviously, United, I just mentioned her there. Jackie was the first signing through the door. Um, and, watching her in the World Cup, I've been really impressed. She looks like that bit that we needed. She's going to be breaking up play. Put her next to Zellum or put her next to Molly, and she'll be breaking up play. And obviously, Hayley Ladd was a third signing, but she's going to be playing that CDM, and she's one of the best, central defensive midfielders in the WSL last year. Casey's actually said, you know, she doesn't like to rotate, which we rotate her back four and the CDM. She don't think Phil should be doing it. I don't think Phil should be doing it. So I think we're going to see a lot of Hayley Ladd next year. Um, and obviously the second signing was Abby, and I think we'll see a lot of her as well next year. I think obviously she's not going to start because she's been at the World Cup. It'll be the Turners starting, but it's what we need. We need a bit of competition. We know Amy can't play every game. She'll say to you, "Yeah, I can't play every game," but I think you know Abby's young, Millie's young. Let's see where that goes. Obviously, Amy will come in with the experience, but they're all going to be fighting for that place. That's what we need. We need centre backs to not feel secure, to feel like, someone's breathing down my neck if I have a bad performance. This one's going to jump in my place. Um, Obviously, there's talk of a striker coming in. I'm sure if you go and look on Twitter and see what people are saying, everyone knows who that is. I don't want to say it, but it's a WSL experience. I've said it on Rodney's podcast before. you know, let's see how that gets on. I mean, I think we've got a lot there. We might need a bit more, but I mean, what I've noticed, and I've had discussions with a lot of people on Twitter, is all our signings have been free transfers, and you know, people are saying there's, I don't mind saying this now, like Tony Duggan, she might be out of contract, but we can't afford that wages. And Katie's even said, our budget isn't as big as, say, your Chelsea, your Arsenal, your Man City, which is fair for a new club. But now in the WSL, we should be competing with all them. If we want to move on up, Chelsea are putting down £1 million for Sam Kerr, and like she's one of my favourite players. That non-United. Like, I don't see why we won't be going for that calibre. I understand you don't want to upset the rhythm and you want to keep the wages all the same, but I think, going forward, I hope we go for like people like Harder, Kerr, Caroline Hanson. If we want to challenge, and there was talked about Champions League in 5 years. We're going to need these big players. So to get big players, you have to pay big wages, and it's not like we haven't got the money. So I don't know what we're thinking with that. We've got the highest attendance out of the whole of the UK. Hope that continues next year. Because there's a bit about 40% of your tickets go towards wages. So maybe that's something that WSL need to look into, maybe opening that up. Because if we want to challenge Leon and Barcelona and now Real Madrid, we need to open that up. And obviously, talking about Real Madrid, they've come in and bought a club. Apparently, this practice is normal in Spain, but it's amazing for me to see. Um, you know, Perez was talking for ages about getting a Real Madrid feminine team, so they've got it now. But they've, instead of him building it, he's just gone out and bought it. And I've heard the numbers apparently the same what we had our budget last year. So it's a bit. I mean, they're saying that there's a €2 million budget, which is probably just like 1.4 or 1 point whatever, but it's worrying that you're hearing them going out buying clubs, then setting down these budgets. And I'm thinking, well, why are we just getting free players? And I mean, slowly, I trust in Casey, I trust what she's doing. But do I trust that they're backing her enough? That she can get who she really wants? I don't know. I don't know, guys. I mean, I've spoken to a lot of you on Twitter, and this is discussions that we're having. Should we be doing more? We definitely should be doing more to promote it, getting people down to LSV, getting people, watching on MUTV. That's what, it's all about. All we're doing is putting out a picture from last week and saying, come to. No, we need to, you see content of other clubs and it's second to none, and you see our content, it needs improving. Whether it will now, because it looks better definitely, during this World Cup, but whether it will get even better when it properly starts, pre-season coming up, wherein they're not even doing that. I don't know. I don't trust United, and I mean, Glazer out, that's going around, and it's something that, I've been saying for ages, don't blame Ole, blame this, don't blame Jose, blame what he's got, don't blame the workmen if you're not giving him the tools, going back Louis van Gaal, David Moyes days, don't blame those kind of managers when they've done all they can do and they're getting hampered with the women. It looks like, they're able, it's not as much money in, so they're able to do a lot more and it looks a lot better, but still, I'm looking at it and I'm looking at free transfer. Just looks not like the Man United way. It looks like the Glazer way, holding back money. But, people are pushing this hashtag. I support it. I don't support the way it's being used, harassing people, harassing players. I saw something about a charity and someone's dad had died and people are posting Glazer out. It's just have a bit of sense about you guys. Don't do it. There's a time and a place. I agree and I support. I've seen it talked about on Talksport. I support that. It has to get mainstream. It has to be talked about, but do it in the right spaces, in the right way. But as for the girls, definitely back to that. I hope that they're supporting them. I hope that they're getting everything that they want. We'll see what happens this season. I'm sure, well, Casey said she wants cup finals. I want cup finals. I won't mind going either to the Conti Cup or definitely going to Wembley. That'll just be a dream. But let's see what we can do. I'm thinking fourth to sixth, and a cup final. To me, that's everything. That's everything that we could ask for this season. Hopefully do some content when we're going out to Oslo. Me and the Barmy Army. See us mulling around, shouting and screaming. So come over and say hi. Hopefully be in Lyon next week. And then, back to the bread and butter. First game of the season. First game of the WSL season. I'll see you around, guys. Let me know on Twitter, on Instagram, on here. Comment, like, share, subscribe. Let me know what you want to hear. Right, see you later, guys.